Welcome back. Thank you for tuning into another video. I want to talk about probably my best purchase that I made last year in 2022. My best gear purchase. It's obviously a laptop. And yeah, I just want to give my thoughts, and it's not really like an in-depth review or anything like that, but I just kind of want to share my experience and why I feel like it's probably one of the best investments that I made. How's that? Is that okay? So a little background, a little bit of history. My first computer was a 2010 12-inch MacBook Pro. And then I went to the 2012 12-inch MacBook Pro, or 13-inch. Both of those were 13-inch. The second one I had got was a Retina, so it was super exciting to have like a way crispier screen. You could see detail better, colors are better, all of that. So that was great. From there, I upgraded to a late 2014 MacBook Pro 15-inch Retina, which was great. It was faster, it handled all the work that I was doing at the time, way better, batteries a bit better, speakers were better, screen was bigger. Yeah, it was all the obvious upsides of that computer were the things that I enjoyed about it. And yeah, it just got to a point where that got too slow, battery started to suck, and that sort of thing. Then going into last year, I guess spring of 2021, I needed something different for wedding season. So I ended up going with the M1 Mac Mini just because I was tight on budget at the time and I wanted something that was fast, and I ended up buying the Mac Mini, and then I ended up buying a monitor for it, and I ran that for pretty much a year. And it was great. It was fast. It was handling my R6 footage no problem. The thing is, I bought it knowing I wanted to go back to a laptop eventually. I knew that Apple was coming out with some new things. At the time, I didn't really want to buy the new M1 MacBooks, MacBook Pro, MacBook Air. They were still very similar to like the 2016, 2017, 2018 MacBook Pros, and I just didn't like the look of them. I didn't like the ports. I didn't like the fact that they had the touch bar and the keyboard was weird, and all the issues that people talked about and didn't really like. I was like, I'm not gonna spend my money on something like that and then just wanna sell it a little bit later, so I'm gonna wait. So the 14-inch and the 16-inch MacBook Pros came out. I wanted to hopefully pick one up at one point, and so I waited, found one used in the spring, and yeah, I bought this guy. So yeah, this is the 2022 M1 MacBook Pro 14-inch in silver. And so I picked this up for I think $2,100 Canadian. I bought it used, it was barely used, a student was selling it. So yeah, this is the M1 Pro chip as the 14 and 16-inch MacBooks have. I'm pretty sure this is the base model. 16 gigabytes of RAM. I can't remember if the base model has 8 or 16. It has 16 gigs of RAM, which might be an upgrade. 512 SSD, and yeah, other than that, it's pretty basic. And I am pumped on it. I mean, first of all, I love the look. I love that they brought the styling back to more of a squared off body, a little bit chunkier, but I like that. I like how they brought HDMI back. They brought the SD card slots back. They brought MagSafe back. You can watch any one of the hundreds of reviews out there to get like a deep dive on the specifics. But yeah, those were like big things for me. I didn't really want to start buying dongles and going that route, even though I'm got a dongle here, but this is for all my USB 3 hard drives. So but yeah, I didn't want to get something that had to have HDMI and have to get an SD card dongle and all these different adapters. I just didn't want to go that route. I was super happy with my Mac Mini and the M1 Mac Mini and the performance it gave me. It handled footage pretty great, but this handles things even better. I've noticed it especially like on the photo side of things. Like if I'm rendering a massive panorama in Lightroom, the M1 original would start to slow down a bit. I mean, it wouldn't really lag, but it would take a while. And the M1 Pro, it works a lot faster. And the only time I've seen it slow down is maybe if I have lots of effects and a color grade and I'm playing back a video in full 4K. in Premiere. That's probably the only time I've seen it really chug a little bit. And even then I dropped the resolution a little bit and then everything plays smoothly. So I have had no speed issues with this thing, which is like, this is probably, I'd say this is probably the first time that I've had a computer that has had no speed issues. I guess with the M1 original Mac Mini that I bought, the codecs for the new R5 and R6, those video codecs were new, and so computers wouldn't deal with them very well. It did an okay job, but this one just like, you can drop footage straight in and have no issues, no transcoding, none of that. And so yeah, I'm super psyched about that. And so I think that buying a computer is probably one of the better purchases you can make gear-wise. You can always rent a camera, you can always rent a lens, but a computer, you do all your logistics on it, you do all your emails, editing, you do client calls, you do even just like everyday entertainment stuff. You watch YouTube videos, you post YouTube videos, you write essays, I don't know. It's like, it's not just work stuff, it's not just specifically a tool for work. I think it's one of the most valuable purchases. You get it set up a certain way, it's set up for you. A camera you can rent, and you know, you have to get it set up a little bit, but it's a lot easier to get it set up the way you like it. Computer has all your stuff on it, it's just portable. I'm glad I went back to a laptop. I love the screen, I love the brightness. Battery life is the best I've had. I mean, it's still not mind-blowing, but it's the best I've had. Keyboard is great. The bigger trackpad is great, which I didn't think I'd like it. But yeah, I like it a lot. And yeah, I just like the feel of it, the look of it. And I wanted to buy a machine that wasn't a few years old, because I've been doing that with my gear, where I buy something a few years old because it's better price and I can make it work. But I wanted to buy something fairly recent that'll just last me for a number of years, and I'm not gonna worry about upgrading this for hopefully 5+ years. I've had a few like weird things with it, where like I have to go into the activity monitor and quit the quick look preview that Mac has. So like if you hover over a folder or a file on Mac, you can just hit spacebar and it'll show a preview of it. It's called the quick look preview, I think. And a lot of times what will happen is it won't actually show that photo. It'll just show a small little icon of it, and then you have to go into activity monitor, you have to quit the process, and then it's fine. Just like this weird reset thing. I had a weird thing with HDMI plugging into a TV and the audio getting all messed up. And so as soon as I switched the audio from the computer to the TV, it started like I was trying to watch a YouTube video and it just fast forwarded through the YouTube video in like 3 seconds. And so I had to restart the computer and then it was fine. And so apparently that's like an HDMI issue. I was doing a bit of research. So I've had a couple like quirks, but for the most part, it's nothing major, and I've had really no complaints. Yeah, those are my thoughts. Happy about it, really no complaints. It's not something that I've had where it's like, I want more, it's slow here, or it just can't do this right. I've just been really content with how it's operated for me, and yeah, super thankful I was able to purchase this, and it's yeah, it's a great machine. And the only thing is that it gets like a lot of marks on it, so I might have to get a case or just make sure my hands are not as greasy. So I'm constantly cleaning it, but it cleans up nice, which is another great thing. So yeah, anyways, that's my thoughts on this computer. I like it a lot. You should get one too. The M1 Pro is better than the M1. The M1 is still great, but the M1 Pro, I did notice a difference. And yeah, I don't think I need much more than this right now. And yeah, if I do any switching to like DaVinci or anything like that, long term, this thing should probably be fine, because I could only see Premiere being the real issue because of the way it runs on Macs. But thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. It's kind of weird to ask that, but I appreciate it if you would. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so yeah, that would be really neat if you subbed and yeah, left a comment on what style of videos you want to see. I'm thinking of expanding outside of like photo and camera stuff, and I know I've said that before, but I'm genuinely thinking of going that route because there's a lot of people adding value in the photo, camera, video, tech community, but there's other interests I have in my life, and so I was just thinking maybe taking the channel in a different direction, but I don't know, we'll see. I kind of want to do everything, so it's really hard for me to niche down and be super specific, but we will we will see what happens. So anyways, thank you for watching. Take care. Enjoy your evening, your morning, your afternoon, wherever in this world that you are. Stay safe. And yeah, that's all I've really got. So yeah. That was weird. Okay, bye.